eating clean, you're crushing in the gym, but those stubborn love handles just won't disappear. It's frustrating. But what if the problem isn't your willpower, but your hormones? What if your body's internal signaling system is out of balance? In this video, I'll explain how 2 key hormones can work against your fat loss signals, and more importantly, how your body can get them back on your team to fix the problem for good, starting with what you eat tonight. Hi, my name is Boris Kish. I'm an IBB licensed coach, professional nutritionist, and a super heavyweight bodybuilding competitor in the over 100 kilo category, which is over 220 pounds on stage. I'm 6'4" tall, which is 193 centimeters. Welcome to my channel. So in this episode, I would really like to explain you alpha and beta receptors that are holding this fat piece of shit right around your waist, around my waist when I'm not taking care of what I do, how I eat, how I train, right? Alpha and beta receptors, and how to control those 2 main hormones that are actually messing up your system completely. And what's the fix? As always, I always provide the fix. So, alpha receptors are actually, and beta receptors are the truth, but they are, how can I say, overrated in a lot of videos that I saw, without me trying to piss and shit on my competitors, if you can call that properly, about the concurrence on YouTube. But I really want to tell you what's the truth, So it is the, how to explain this to you even simpler. Alpha receptors are the brake that are not allowing your love handles to go away, and beta receptors are the gas, And yes, there is a bit more of them, the ones that are braking around the love handles. But as I said, it's like they're making like a big story and big deal out of it. And I'm going to explain you why this is not so important, of course, how to fix them, as I promised. This is like, let's say you have to go on a road as a healthy male, as you are, right? That is around 10 kilometers, or let's say 7 miles. Hope it's the right measurement. And if you go there with the foot, if you're healthy, there is no way that you won't get there, right? If you go there with the bike, if you go there with the foot, you will need around 2 hours plus minus, right? I would need, let's say, around 2 hours. If you go there with the bike, maybe 30 minutes, right? Can you relate with this? If you go there with the car, maybe 15 minutes, right? 10 minutes if you go like super fast. But the thing is, even if you go there by foot, there is no way that you won't reach that destination. The same way is the fat loss. You're not a competitive bodybuilder. You're not chasing, photo shooting for some super sexy female magazine, right? For women or for men, doesn't matter, you just want to be lean with around 12% body fat, jacked, healthy, with proper sexual functions, strong, agile, that everything feels easy to you, and there is no way that you won't reach that destination. I'm sorry for my verbal lapsus. But the thing is that yes, it goes a bit slower, for example, on your love handles than on your arms or legs, but also the main problem for that is because honestly, you have a lot more fat there than on other side of the bodies. And actually the 2 main, how can I say, guilty hormones that are actually survival hormones, but in this scenario, they're our enemy. They're not always the enemy. They're actually super useful. The evolution and the creator didn't give us that without the reason. But you have to know how to manipulate with them, how to use them properly and not in the wrong way. Otherwise, those love handles will never go away. Now, before I explain that, I would really like to inform you, that it's also extremely important that you train and do cardio when you're losing fat, right? And if you want to know how to train even better, I created 3 completely free training splits for you that you can get. Just join the coaching newsletter and I'm going to send them free straight to your email. The first hormone that is going to mess you up, fuck you up completely, as it did to me, because I'm not innocent. I made every possible mistake out there at least 5 times. I'm not better than you, and this is why I want to teach you how not to do that, what to do instead. Is cortisol. What is cortisol? Cortisol is the survival hormone that is simply using all your body's resources, right? Do you understand that? For survival. If cortisol is active, if cortisol is high, there is no way that you will lose fat, especially around that love handle area, right? How is cortisol actually elevated? And I'm guilty of that. For example, you take shitload of coffee, shitload of caffeine tablets, pre-workout boosters and O-reactors that I stopped like 3-4 months ago completely, you know, and it's much better honestly than ever in my life, but I was using them for at least 41 years of my life. Not since I was born, of course. I started with 17, so shitload of years, almost 25 years, right? Everything. And fat burners, legal, illegal, of course. And this is all, everything is spiking cortisol. And honestly, I'm going to tell you the personal story. For example, when I was always rushing to get my condition properly down to 5% of body fat for the contest, I was, of course, on everything. I was on everything. I'm not now on everything. Luckily, I got older and smarter, and I was wondering, how is this fucking possible, you know? My diet is on point, training, cardio. I'm taking all those fat burners and I'm not losing fat, right? Can you relate with this? And the main issue was because that I realized many decades later, because my cortisol was too up. Let me explain how this functions. For example, cortisol is survival hormone. This is like, let's say that you have a body, right? And fat burning is not a priority. Of course, evolution is the priority. And if the cortisol is up, this is like the body is putting red lights in your system everywhere. Caution, danger, alert. We have to survive. Do you understand? We have to survive. The body is in survival mode. If you take some caffeine, whatever, before your workout to go up, the body doesn't know this guy wants to lose fat. The body thinks we're dying. Maybe the World War III is active. Who knows, will he have enough resources for breakfast? We have to survive. Do you understand? This is, let's say, if you're endangered, let's say you're in the forest as our ancestors, you wanted to hunt an animal. Let's say rhinoceros, tigers, lion starts chasing you. At that moment, what would you do? You would like completely freeze and then the animal will catch you, eat you, or you will run away, right? Running away is this flight or fight modus. And when you're running away from the beast, would you be thinking about what will you eat? Do you need to piss? Do you need to shit? Do you maybe have sexual desire? No, nothing. Would you like maybe to sleep, to take a nap? Nothing will be active, right? The cortisol will be super high, as well as adrenaline. And the primary objective would be survive the wild animal, right? Or for example, let's say you're in your apartment or in your house, and if you have nothing to do, then you might think, okay, we need a new TV, new wash machine, refrigerator, maybe we need to paint these walls. But imagine the burglar comes in, or burglars, they want to attack your wife, do who knows what with her. Cannot say this here on YouTube, probably I get banned. Do you understand? They're threatening to kill your children, to steal everything. Would you think about redecorating your flat? No, what would you think? Calling the police? And of course, as a real man, handling the situation properly, right? All other activities would be absolutely non-important. And this is what happens when the cortisol is high. So how to fix this actually is, if possible, reduce the caffeine as low as possible. Your daily stress, you have to sleep a lot, you have to walk a lot, and flush everything negative from your life. You understand? Because just think this as an investment, in your system. Just had my lunch, so I'm burping. And you know, if you're investing in yourself, it will pay back. Don't look at this as a sacrifice, you know. Just, you know, because if the cortisol is up, absolutely the fat burning, you will be active, you won't be active, and you will be hitting a plateau every day. It's a key ingredient to fix everything. Now, before we go to second important hormone, I would really like to ask you, if you like this content, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for more raw, real, unfiltered, uncut, unscripted videos like this, and I'll really appreciate it, man. Number 3 is the insulin. Now, why? And this is highly connected with all of my previous video. If you saw, if you didn't, I will give you a quick brief you. I always say, don't measure the calories, okay? Fuck the calories. Actually this I probably said the first time, or from this different angle, always control the insulin. If the insulin is up, the body won't lose fat. Do you understand? So control the insulin, don't control the calories. What does that mean? If you eat sugars, if you eat shitty carbs, if you're not on point with your diet, of course I'll give you the solution. You know, this is like the body. Let's say that you have a delivery guy in your body, okay, delivery person, and this delivery person is supposed to transport your sugar to your muscles as glycogen, okay? And imagine if you're non-stop fucking your pancreas, penetrating it, do you understand, with sugars here and there. If you have this stupid philosophy, as I did when I was a bit younger, I tried, if you don't know, have you heard about this diet called If It Fits Your Macros? So I thought maybe I can have one small, if it fits my calories, right? During the day, some small calorie, ice cream, maybe a Snicker bar, then something sweet later, and maybe a beer, right? Nothing will happen. No, because you put this artificial shitty sugar inside, right? It doesn't have to be artificial. You have to put this shittiest sugar from the side, and what will happen? I mean, imagine this delivery man in your system is checking who needs in the city proper food. That's proper glycogen in your muscle. And he saw that every part of your body already got it, who knows how, you know, by you eating shit here and there, doesn't matter if it's in the small amount. And what does this happen then? You know, he stays in his shop, he's not delivering the food properly, and after a while he thinks, you know, there is no need for my job anymore, I'm going to quit, do something else. And this is how you develop diabetes, and this is why the fat doesn't go down. I mean, doesn't matter how low you go with the calories. I always try to explain to the people, calories are not the same. I will give you a brutal example, 1,500 calories. Take 300 grams of pure sugar per day. That's 1,200 calories. And maybe, I don't know, 70 or 100 grams of whey protein on the top of that. As they're saying that it's enough. Do you understand? This is around 1,500 calories. Do you think that you will get lean with this? Do you think that you will look healthy with this? No. Will you be in deficit? Yes. Will you lose fat? No. How will you look like shit? Do you understand? So it's extremely important to control the insulin. Plus you have to understand, if the cortisol is up, and then insulin is even more blocked. And this is why in 2026, if you look all around you, you see these skinny fat bodies. When somebody, he looks like an ectomorph, you know, skinny but without six packs, without anything. He's like super skinny with small shoulders, big waist, and has on himself like 40-50% of body fat. Do you understand? The main solution is eat only good carbs, or if possible, something that I did when I was like really fat, when I had problematic situations in my life, so I gained fat. I don't want to go into details right now because I will spam the episode. I did carnivore keto diet. Do you understand? Only fats and proteins from animal sources, because that way I, you know, how can I say, putted my insulin on vacation and my pancreas, do you understand? So it's not like you don't have to work, it's like you can take a break. We're not getting sugar from any other sources, from any other sites, you know, but we want to restart the system. Do you understand? So this way I lost fat super fast, like in few months, from 30% of body fat down to 12, let's say, even less time. It goes really quick. And then the solution is to slowly increase the carbs until you can eat, let's say, like 300-400 grams of carbs and feel good and not getting fat. But if you're insulin resistant, no matter what you do, unless you want to get on the prescription medication for diabetes, you need to take good care of it. Do you understand? So it's definitely, not your problem. You're doing everything good and I'm proud of you, but just be sure that you focus on these two hormones and I guarantee that the fat will go even faster. The two supplements as a fix that I also recommend are acetyl L-carnitine, that is speeding up the mitochondria. It's like engine in your whole system. You will sweat like a maniac after 5 minutes. I take 4 times per day 1000 milligrams, and the supplement for lowering the bad cholesterol is, and also fixing the good one, is called citrus bergamot. So citrus bergamot, I take 4 tablets per day. I think that's like 2400 milligrams. So the dose is double. Those are really good. I mean, I would say that I feel way better, and when I take acetyl L-carnitine, I'm sweat as a pig like in 5 minutes, and it doesn't increase my pulse, so it's a top recommendation from me. But next, if you really want to learn why you actually have to eat properly to lose more fat and to eat more, click on this video right here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you there.